Hello, grade 9. How are you? Mr. New Love is here again. If you have not subscribed about the channel, you subscribe, you hit the subscribe button, that red thing down there. Okay. Today I want us to look at factorization of quadratic trinomial. When we say tri means 3. Alright, so a quadratic expression that is having 3 terms, so like this one, 1 2 3. So this is quadratic trinomial. So anytime you have ax squared, it's a quadratic. Ax squared plus bx plus c is quadratic. We have 2 types of quadratic solving or factorizing quadratic trinomial. Okay, the first one, when the last term is plus. When the last term, like this is the first term, second term, third term. So when the last term, this is the last term, if the last term is plus, both brackets will have the same sign when you factorize. For example, if the last term is plus, the first bracket will have a plus sign, the second bracket will also have a plus sign when you factorize. Is that okay? Or the first bracket will have a minus sign and the second bracket will have a minus sign. So that is how it's going to be for the first one. And remember, when we say factorizing in our previous lessons, it means put it in brackets. So like this, we have placed it in brackets. Alright, then let's look at the second one. When the last term is negative, that is, you will have one bracket, you have one plus bracket and one negative bracket when you factorize. Example, if I have this, it means when the last term is minus, you have the first bracket to be minus and the next bracket will be plus, or the first bracket will be plus and the second bracket will be what? Minus. Okay, so let's try to factorize. Let's start with a simple one. Okay, let me just split this into 2. Okay, I'm going to split my worksheet into 2 so that we see what we are doing. So I'll put my question at the top and my answers down. So this is the question, factorize. It says factorize the question says factorize ax squared plus 7a plus 10. Now I'm bringing the solution below here. So if you are told to factorize this one, how is it going to be? It's easy. The first thing we need to do is you write your solution, then you write the question. So our question is ax squared plus 7a plus 10. You see that this is our first term, second term, third term. Our last term is what? Is having a positive sign. So it means our bracket, everything is going to be either plus plus or minus minus. Is that okay? How are you going to do? You make your table at the left hand side like this. Then you ask yourself, there's 1 in front here, so you multiply 1 by the last term, so it's going to be 1 times 10, which is equals to what? 10. Then you find 2 factors, which when you multiply you get 10. How do you do it? First, 2 factors, you start with 1, so 1 times what will give you 10. How are you going to do it? Let's get our calculator. I'm getting my calculator from my laptop. Okay, this is my calculator. How are you going to do it? So we want 2 factors for this 10, eh? So on your calculator, I've taught you how to use this one. So you press this 10 divided by 1. We know any number divided by 1 will give you the same number. Alright, so 10, this 10 divided by what? 1, it will give you this 10. So always 1 times any number will give you the same number. So 1 times 10 is going to give you this 10. Okay, now if I add this 1 and 10, I must get the middle number here. Is that okay? So let's add 1 and 10. 1 plus 10 is what? 11. It doesn't give me that, so we can't take that one. If I also say negative 1 minus 10, it gives me negative 11. Let's check. Negative 1 minus 10, it gives us what? Negative 11. It doesn't give us this one, so we can't take 1 and 10. Then we move on to the next one. We have our 2. Write your 2. So it starts 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Ne? So 2 times what number will give you 10? How are you going to do it? We're going to say 10 divided by 2. It gives us 5. So you have your 5 here. So the next thing we are going to do is, if I add this 2, I must get the middle number. So I'm going to add and see. So 2 plus 5 gives us what? 7. Wow, we got it. So it means this 2 and 5, they are factors which satisfy this quadratic expression. Okay, so I'm going to put plus 2 here. So this is my plus 2. Then I'm going to put plus 5 at this side.
To open your eyes to see your
so plus 5. Okay.
To change your situation. You will live
I have factorized
into the mountain top and you will be shining.
Now I've gotten my factors. I'm done with the first one. Let's do the next example. Our next example is going to be this one. Ax squared minus 13a plus 36. Wow, it's wonderful. Let's see how we are going to do that. Oh, we have our table. So our table, there's 1 in front, so we say 1 times 36. That's 1 times 36. It gives us what? 36. Then write our factors. Let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4. You can just write 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fine. So 1 times what number will give you? 36. It's 1 times 36. How did you get it? You say 36. 36 divided by 1. 36 divided by 1 gives us what? 36. One thing you need to know is 1 times any number gives you the same number. So always with 1 times that number will give you the same. Alright, so 1 times 36 will give you the same number. So 1 times 36 will give you the same number. Then you move on to 2. Let's see 2. But before you move on to 2, we must check what? We must check whether 1 plus 36 will give us negative 13. So let's see. 1 plus 36. It will give us what? 37. Are we together? 1 plus 36. It gives us what? 37. Is it the same as this? No. Okay. Let's look at negative 1 minus 36. Why are we using minus? Remember, we said when the last term is plus, it can be plus, plus, or minus, minus. So we have to use minus 1 minus 36. Let's see whether it's going to give us minus 13. So minus 1 minus 36. Does it give us minus 13? No. We can use 1 and 36, or minus 1 and 36. Then we move on to 2. Let's move on to 2. 2 times what number will give us 36? How do you get it? You say 36 divided by 2. It gives us what? 18. Alright, this gives us 18. So let's check whether 2 plus 18 is going to give us negative 13. So 2 plus 18 gives us what? 20. No. Let's use minus and see. Minus 2 minus 18 minus 20. No, we can't use 2. Then we move on to 3. Let's move on to 3 and see. So 3 times what number will give us 36? How are you going to do it? 3. Now you say 36 divided by, let me use this one, 36 divided by 3 gives us what? 12. Alright, so let's see whether 3 plus 12 is going to give us minus 13. Okay, 3 plus 12, what does it give you? It doesn't give us that value, so we can't use that one. It's not possible for us to use that. Okay, so let's use minus. So we are going to say minus 3 minus 12. Oh, it doesn't give us minus 13. It gives us minus 15. So we can't use 3 and 12. Are we together? Let's move on to 4. Let's move on to 4. For 4, we are going to say 36 over 4. What does it give us? 9. So it means 4 times 9 will give us 36. Okay. So let's see whether 4 plus 9 will give us minus 13. So 4 plus 9 is plus 13. So let's use minus 4 minus 9. So minus 4 minus 9. It gives us minus 13. Wow, so these two are the factors. We can't use this, we can't use this, we can't use this. We have to use this one. So I'm going to write my factors. It's going to be minus 4 minus 4
It's gonna change your life
minus 9.
and make you a new
So here,
change your situation.
what am I going to have? We have this. We have this one as our factors. Good, we have factorized this one. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Our next question is factorize a squared plus 5a minus 6. Factorize a squared plus 5a minus 6. So this one, what is it going to be? We make our table at the left hand side. Then you write our question. What is our question? This is our question. Okay, so there's 1 in front here, so 1 minus 6, okay, which will give us 6. So we know there's 1 in front here, even though in the question they don't put 1 there, there's 1 there, so you put it there. So 1 times 6 is going to give us what? 6. Okay, we are going to write our factors, so you write 1, 2, 3. So 1 times what number will give you 6? How do you do it? We have our 6 divided by 1, which will give us 6. So here we have our 6 here. Okay, let's see whether 1 plus 6 is going to give us 5. 1 plus 6 is what? 7. Let's check. We know 1 plus 6 is 7. It's easy. 1 plus 6 is what? 7. Oh. So should we use this? No, we can't use this one. Then we move on to negative 1 minus 6. Let's see. Negative 1 minus 6. Does it give us plus 5? No, it gives us minus 7. Should we use this? No. We can't use it. Let's move on to 2. 2 times what will give us 6? How are you going to do it? 6 over 2. This gives us what? 3. So you write your 3 here. Okay. So let's see. 2 plus 3. Let's see whether it gives us 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. Wow, we got our answer now. Because, so here we know there is positive, because 2 is plus 2. This is also positive. 2 is the same as plus 2. 3 is also the same as plus 3. So we are going to say plus 2 okay. We cannot use 2 and 3. Why? Even though it gives us 5, if you check this question, we have minus. Here is what? Minus 6, not plus 6. Alright, so it means 1 times minus 6. This should give us what? Minus 6.
And make you a new being.
Is that okay? So here, how are you going to do that? It means 2 factors which when you multiply you get what? Minus 6. So I can put minus here and minus here. How? If I have minus 6 over 2 I'm going to get minus 3, ne? Good. So if I put minus 2, I'm going to get what? 3. So minus 6 times minus 3 is going to give us minus 2, sorry, times minus 3 is going to give us minus 6. So let's check and see. Minus 2 times minus 3, it gives us what? It gives us it gives us 6. Is that okay? But we are looking for minus 6. So are we going to have this one? No. So this is not going to work for us for this one, because minus 2 and minus 3 is going to give us plus 6, not minus 6. Are we together? So we can't use minus 2 and minus 3, because even though minus 2 minus 3 will give us minus 5, it also doesn't satisfy this one. So we move on to the next one, which is 3. Let's move on to 3. Okay, so this one also, how are you going to do this one? We have our minus 3, so minus 6 over 3. We have our 2, minus 2 there, so we have, let's put 2 here. So 3 times 2 is going to give us 6, but we already have 2 here, we have 3 here, né? So we cannot use that one also. All right, good. Let's move on to the first one. The first one, if I put negative at this side, six divided by negative 1 is going to give us what? Negative 6. Let's check. So negative 6 divided by 1, it gives us negative 6. So negative 6 divided by negative 1, it gives us what? 6. So this one, what are we going to have? Negative 1 and 6 is going to give us negative 6. Let's deal with it. 6 times negative 1, it gives us negative 6. So we have this one, né? So it's good we use the first one. Let's check the addition. 6 minus 1, it gives us 5. So this satisfies our, or it gives us the value here. So we can't use this, we can't use this. We only have to use the first one. So this side is going to be what? Minus 1, and this side is going to be plus 6. So you see that we are using the second rule. When the last term is minus, one will be minus and the other will be plus. The sign will not be the same. So we can't use this. We can't use this. We only have to use the first one. Okay. Let's do another one. Example 3. This one also. this so this, let's see, the value here is 1. So we say 1 times negative 12 is going to give us negative 12. 2 factors, which when you multiply you get negative 12, and when you add you get 11. So on our calculator, what are we going to press? Minus 12 over 1. It gives us what? Minus 12. So let's put minus 12 here. Okay, let's see whether it satisfies the middle one. Okay, so 1 minus 12. 1 minus 12. It gives us minus 11. Does it satisfy? No. Remove this negative and put the negative here. Remember our second rule, we said 1 should be plus, 1 should be negative. Né? So let's check negative 1 and 12. It gives us 11. Wow, so this one satisfies. So it means one bracket will be minus and the other bracket will be what? Plus. So this side is going to be minus 1 and this side is going to be plus 12.
To give you a good job, He is able to
Okay,
upgrade your life. My God is powerful to change
so
today. My God,
we have our factors now. Let's move on to the next one.
my God is powerful. It's gonna change
Okay, we are going to do this classwork for me.
you, change your
You
life,
pause the video and copy this one for me.
change your
So this is your classwork.
rise in your career.
You do this one for me. All right. Okay. This is the continuation. Pause the video and write and do it for me and send it to me. Okay, we are moving on to the next example. This time it's not 1. We have a number which is greater than 1. So let's look at this one. We need to factorize this. So let's factorize.
My God is able.
Factorize this one. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is this 2 can divide itself. It can also divide 12. It can also divide 18 without a remainder.
Change your situation
So we say 2 is a factor. You bring it out.
into the mountaintop,
Then
and you will be shining.
we are going to say this value 2x squared divided by this 2 minus 12x divided by this 2 plus 18 divided by this 2. That's the first thing. And if you divide, what are you going to have? 2 divided by 2 will give you 1. 2 divided by 2 is going to give you 1. So we have 1 here. You can put it there.
My God is able.
Okay, then minus 12 divided by 2. So let me put minus 12 divided by 2 gives us what? Minus 6. So you write your minus 6x. Then 18 divided by 2 18 divided by 2 gives you what? 9. Okay. Now this 2 is out, so I can write my first bracket and the second bracket. We are going to factorize what is in this bracket now. Alright, so let me just move this one to this side. We are interested with this one. This 2 is already out, so let's see how we are going to factorize that one. So we are going to have 1 times 9. So 1 times 9. 1 times 9 gives you what? 9. Okay. So our last term here is positive. It means the numbers in the brackets will be the same, or the sign in the brackets will be the same. We have either plus plus or minus minus. So two numbers, which way you multiply, you get 9. How are you going to get it? Let's start with 1 and 9. 1 times 9 is 9. Alright, let's see whether it is going to give us the 1 in the middle. So let's see. 1 plus 9 is what? 10. 1 plus 9 is what? 10. It doesn't satisfy this minus 6, ne? Good. So negative 1 minus 9. Negative 1 minus 9. It gives us minus 10. Is it the same as this one? No. We can't use this. So let's move on to 2. 2 times what number will give you 9? Let's see whether it's possible. So 9 divided by 2. It gives us a fraction. We don't want a fraction, so we can't use 2. You skip 2. Let's move on to 3. 3 times what number will give you 9? So it's going to be 3 divided by 3. It gives you what? 3. So it means we are going to have 3 here. Okay, so let's see whether it's going to give us the value here. So let's start with the plus. 3 plus 3 is what? 6. If you are not sure, use your calculator. Grade 9. 3 plus 3 is what? 6. But what we have here is minus 6, not 6. So let's put minus here. Minus 3 and minus 3. Remember, we said when this side is plus, it's either going to be plus plus or minus minus. We tried plus plus, it didn't work, so we are using minus minus. So minus 3 minus 3. What does it give us? Minus 6. So we have a minus 6. Does it satisfy that? Is it the same as this one? Yes. So it means our factors here is going to be minus 3, which is this one, and minus 3, which is that one. Okay, so we have our minus 3 minus 3. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is the question. 3y squared plus 3y minus 6. So let's see how we are going to answer that one. So the first thing, 3 is a factor, you bring it out. So it's going to be 3y squared divided by this 3 plus 3y divided by this 3 minus 6 divided by 3. Close the bracket. So we have 3. So we have 1 in front. Okay. So Let me move my bracket to this side. Let me move this one up. Then our concentration is the one in the bracket now. So what are we going to do? We are going to say 1 times this 1 times -2. So 1 times -2 is going to give us -2. Remember, our last term here is minus, so it means one factor is going to be plus and the other is going to be minus, or the first one will be minus and the other is going to be plus. So let's start with 1. 1 times what normal will give you -2. If I use plus, it's going to be -2, because 1 times -2 is going to give you -2. Let's check on our calculator. 1 times -2 gives us -2. Let's see whether it's satisfied. Remember, the number here is what? 1. So let's see if we add this, we are going to get +1. So 1 minus 2, what does it give you? -1. It doesn't satisfy that one. This is +1, but we have -1. So we change the sign. Let's put plus here. Let's put minus here.
To change your situation.
So I'm going to have -1 plus 2. It gives us 1. Is it the same as this? Yes. So we have +1. So it means it's satisfied. So our factors is going to be -1 plus 2. -1 plus 2. So this is what we are going to have. -1 plus 2. We got our answer now. Okay, so this is your classwork. You do this for me. Alright, you pause the video and you do that one for me. Let's look at the next one. If I have this one is not trinomial because this is to the power 3. Trinomial should have 3 terms, should have a to the power 2 plus a plus b, or plus 1, or plus any number. So here we have a to the power 3, a to the power 2, and a. So we can bring a out. So here you are going to have a to the power 3 is the same as a times a times a over this a plus a times a over this a plus 6a over this a. Okay, so this a will cancel this one, so it's going to remain a times a, which is a squared, plus this a will cancel this one. We are going to have a plus this a will cancel this one. We are going to have 6. Now this a is already out. We are going to factorize what is in the bracket now. There is 1 in front here. Put it there yourself. You will not see it in the question. You must put it there to help you to answer. So we have our 1 there. So it means 1 times 6 sorry, 1 times 6, this is going to give you 6. Then it means we need to find two factors that will give you 6. Now our last term is plus, so it means we are going to have plus plus or minus minus. So we are going to start with plus. So 1 times any number will give you the same number, so it means 1 times 6 is going to give you 6. Okay, so let's see whether it can give us the value here. 1 plus 6 is 7. 1 plus 6 is 7. Is it the same as what we have here? No. Then let's put minus minus. Negative 1 minus 6, it gives us negative 7. It's not the same as that. We can't use this one. Then you move on to 2. So 6 divided by 2, that is 6 times 3. So this side is going to be 3. So 2 times 3 is what? 6. Right? Okay, 2 times 3 is 6. So let's see whether 2 plus 3 is going to give us 1. Alright, so 2 plus 3, is it going to give us 1? Let's see. 2 plus 3 is 5. It doesn't give us that. 2 minus, if you say minus 2 minus 3, minus 2 minus 3, no, it doesn't give us that one. So we can't use 2. Let's use 3. We can't use 3 because we have 2 and 3 here. So we can't use 3. We have to move on to 4. Alright. So 4 divided by what number will give you? Will give you that one. Will give you 1. Sorry, will give you 6. Let's see whether it's possible. Or 4 times what number will give you 6? So you say 6 divided by 4. It gives you a decimal. It's not possible. We can't use 4. We have to use what? Let's try 5, whether it's possible. 5. Is it possible? 5 and what number?
My God is able to give you a good job.
So 6 divided by 5. No, it's not possible. 6. We already have 6 here. So we cannot continue with 6. Ne? So you leave this one as it is, like that. Is that okay? Good. So you leave this one as it is, like that. You cannot factorize it. Grade 9 level. Okay. Let's move on to the next one.
My God is powerful. My God is able. My God is powerful. My God is able.
Let's try this one. This one, which is we have this. What are you going to do? You want to factorize this one, so you bring y out. Y times y times y over y minus y times y over y minus 2y over y. So y times y is what? Y squared. Put 1 puts 1 in front. Y also, because this y will cancel this, and this y also cancel that one, so put 1 in front. This y will also cancel this to remain what? -2. Okay. Then we need to factorize what we have in this bracket. So let me bring it up. So we are interested with this one. So the number in front here is 1. So 1 times -2. 1 times -2, what would that give you? -2. Our last term is minus, so it means one will be plus and the other will be minus. Ne? So what are we going to do? 1 times -2. This will be -2. Let's see, it's going to give us the value here. Let's see whether it's going to give us -1. So 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2 is going to give us -1. Alright, so this satisfies this one. So we can say this is +1 and this is -2. We have factorized that one nicely. So this is your classwork. You pause the video and you write that one. I wish you all the best. Bye bye. So okay, bye.